Great Dane explain. This is Great Dane, and what do you know? We have some Republicans with a backbone. Woo! But first, like this video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and comment below. If you've been watching my channel, if you've been paying attention to the not mainstream news, you know what's been happening in Wayne County. They went to a deadlock, they could not certify the vote, and then the two Republicans got harassed, doxxed, verbally abused, and they caved. And in my last video, I ripped them a new one. I said eventually somebody on the Republican conservative side has to stand up to this evil mob. Prayers answered.
Thank you, Jesus!
We have Monica Palmer and Mr. Hartman. Let's take a look from just the news. In dramatic reversal, Wayne County Election Board of Republicans rescind vote certifying results. Here we go. In an extraordinary turnabout that foreshadows possible legal action, the two GOP members of Wayne County's election board signed affidavits Wednesday night alleging they were bullied and misled. Oh, it ain't alleged. We got video proof, baby. Into approving election results in Michigan's largest metropolis and do not believe the vote should be certified until serious irregularities in Detroit votes are resolved. Hell yes. Liberal tears abound. The statements by Wayne County Board of Canvassers Chairman Monica Palmer, hashtag Palmer's a hero, and fellow GOP member William C. Hartman, hashtag Hartman hero, rescinding their votes from a day earlier threw into question anew whether Michigan's presidential vote currently favoring Democrat Joe Biden will be certified. And they also signaled a possible legal confrontation ahead. Oh yeah, I would too. Go after them. Sue them for defamation. Don't forget, these evil Democratic mobsters doxed them, their kids, called them racist, tried to ruin their life. And it is specific in Michigan law that you cannot intimidate or harass board canvassers. So sue them. Go after them. Teach them a lesson. From Mr. Hartman, I voted not to certify, and I still believe this vote should not be certified. Until these questions are addressed, I remain opposed to certification of the Wayne County results. Both GOP board members said their concerns included discrepancies in nearly 3/4 of Detroit's precinct poll books. Yeah, that's almost 75% of all the votes in Detroit had discrepancies. I think that calls for an investigation. I don't think that should be certified. The Democrats that do, well, they've got something to hide. They have an agenda. They don't want an honest election. I wonder why. Their pronouncements come just 24 hours after a chaotic meeting in which the county's election board initially failed to certify the November 3rd election results during a 2-2 deadlock. But after hours of contentious public comment and criticism, including Democratic allegations of racism and threats against their safety, the two GOP members struck a deal to certify the elections in return for a promise of a thorough audit. I said this in my last video, that audit was BS. I knew it right away. Because the far left Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson would be performing the audit. No way, and what do you know? Palmer and Hartman said Wednesday they learned the state officials had reneged or would not honor the audit, leaving them no recourse but to oppose certification until more investigation could be performed. So what now? It goes to the state board of electors. That's 4 people as well, 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans. If that goes to a deadlock, well, then it goes to the Republican state legislature. These votes could be thrown out in the biggest county in all of Michigan. From Mrs. Palmer's affidavit. After the vote, my Democratic colleagues chided me and Mr. Hartman for voting not to certify. After the vote, public comment period began and dozens of people made personal remarks against me and Mr. Hartman. The comments made accusations of racism and threatened me and the members of my family. The public comment continued for over 2 hours. Look, this is what they do. And they do it because no one stands up to them. Well, guess what? Palmer did. Hartman did. Going forward to 23 here, later that evening I was sent statements that Secretary Jocelyn Benson made saying that she did not view our audit resolution to be binding. As a result of these facts, I rescind my prior vote to certify Wayne County elections. Good for you. And you know what? Courage is contagious. Why do I say that? Well, you see, in Wisconsin tonight, the Trump team spent $3.5 million to have specific counties in Wisconsin that were questionable. Wisconsin then went into a panic. They had an emergency meeting within their board to try and change the rules within the voting manual.
Oh, hell no!
They wanted to make this recount, this audit, much more difficult for Trump's team to perform. Well, let's know these names. Bob Spindle and Dean Knutson, two Republicans who stood up. They crashed that emergency meeting, and they made sure it didn't take place. And guess what? 3-3 deadlock. No rules will be changed within the Wisconsin voting manual. Winning! Winning!
We're going to win, 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 and we're not stopping.
That's what I'm talking about. All four of these individuals, the two in Michigan, the two in Wisconsin, they are heroes because they stand up to the mob. Doing that is 10,000 times harder than being a Democrat, playing identity politics, playing the victim, calling everybody else racist. No, these people took the road less traveled. So let's give them props and let's see what happens next. This is Great Dane Explained. I will talk to you soon. Peace.